Welcome to our Mock Interview Pro series, where today we're diving into the role of a classroom teacher. Whether you're a seasoned educator or just starting out, nailing that interview is crucial. Let's kick things off with our first question about collaboration in education, a key element in any successful classroom. Can you share an experience where you teamed up with other teachers to enhance your students' learning? This question helps interviewers understand how well you work with others towards shared educational goals. Here are a few pointers on how to tackle this question effectively. Pick a specific project where collaboration was key. Detail your role and how you contributed to the teamwork. Explain the positive impact this had on student performance. Share any measurable successes from the collaboration. Reflect on the lessons you took from the experience. Now, let's look at a sample answer to bring these tips to life.
I once collaborated with our math and science departments to bring real-world applications into our lessons. I took the lead on designing an interdisciplinary project on ecosystems, which resulted in a 15% improvement in students' test scores across both subjects. This experience showed me the power of integrating subjects to boost learning.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Classroom Teacher. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you tell me about a time when you had to simplify complex information for your students? How did you make sure they understood? This question aims to gauge your communication skills and ability to make challenging content accessible to students. Let's discuss how you can effectively respond to this question. Identify a complex topic your students struggle with. Describe the strategies you use to break down the information. Mention any resources or tools that aided understanding. Explain how you assessed students' understanding during and after the lesson. Conclude with the positive outcomes from your efforts. Take a look at this example, answer to see how it's done.
During a lesson on fractions, my students were having difficulties. I used visual aids like pie charts to make the concept more relatable and had them use manipulatives for hands-on learning. Through quizzes and group discussions, I checked their understanding, which led to improved test scores.
Describe a situation where you had to mediate a conflict between students. What steps did you take, and what was the result? Interviewers ask this to assess your conflict resolution skills and how you maintain a positive classroom environment. Here are some strategies to keep in mind when answering this question. Clearly identify the conflict and the students involved. Explain the steps you took to mediate the situation. Highlight your communication techniques. Discuss how the resolution benefited the students. Reflect on what you learned from the experience. Let's explore an example to illustrate a strong answer.
In my class, two students were clashing over a group project. I spoke with each of them privately to understand their perspectives, then facilitated a discussion where they found common ground. They eventually reached a compromise, enhancing their project and understanding the importance of teamwork.
How would you manage a situation where a student repeatedly disrupts your class? This question is designed to understand your approach to handling behavior challenges in the classroom. Here are some strategies to effectively address this type of question. Establish clear classroom rules from the outset. Address the student privately to explore underlying issues. Use positive reinforcement to encourage good behavior. Involve parents or guardians if necessary. Maintain a calm and professional demeanor at all times. Now let's see a sample response to guide you.
First, I ensure classroom rules are clearly understood. If disruptions occur, I address the student privately to discuss potential underlying issues, and I implement positive reinforcement for any progress. If needed, I involve the parents to support the student's improvement.
If a parent is concerned about their child's grade, how would you handle that conversation? This question seeks to evaluate your skills in managing parent interactions and resolving their concerns professionally. Let's break down how you can handle this question confidently. Listen actively to the parent's concerns without interrupting. Show empathy and validate their feelings. Clearly explain the grading criteria and how their child performed. Offer suggestions for how the student can improve. Follow up to show you are invested in their child's progress. Here's an example to illustrate a thoughtful response.
I would listen carefully to the parents' concerns and acknowledge their feelings. I'd explain the grading criteria and their child's performance, then offer ways to help their child improve. I would also follow up to demonstrate my commitment to their child's success.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.